game, the Rock Hill game, I think we said some things at the top that we can almost repeat going into this game. A lower state team with a pretty good offense comes in here, but I don't think they've seen the kind of defense that they're going to see tonight.
Rock Hill could easily claim the two best defenses in the state, and both of the defenses for Rock Hill and Northwestern predicated on speed. It's going to be real interesting to see that front line of the Trojans match up against Summerville's line, and the speed that they possess on that front line is just awesome.
Well, Summerville's big problem has been speed, or lack of it. It's been a long time since Summerville has not had a winning season. You got to go back 44 years to the last time Summerville finished with a losing record, and the big culprit is a lack of speed. That would seem to really play into Northwestern's hands.
It really does. Last year I had the opportunity to see the Summerville team match up against Rock Hill in the playoffs. They had trouble last year with Rock Hill's speed, and Northwestern and Rock Hill, as we saw last week in that defensive struggle, their defenses are very, very similar. Now, you got a great coach in John McKissick, and I'm sure he's taking the tactic of, hey, this is a brand new season, it's the playoffs, we'll just try to go 4-0 from this point.
Yeah, when you talk about Summerville football, you have to talk about Coach McKissick. A tremendous tradition at Summerville. Coach McKissick's been there 50 years. This is the first time that he's brought a team into Rock Hill, so even for somebody who's been around that long, a little something new tonight.
Really amazing statistic. You brought that up as we were talking pregame, that he's never brought a team in here. Coached 50 years here in South Carolina, never come to Rock Hill, so it's real interesting, kind of a side story here tonight, the first trip here to Rock Hill.
Well, we'll see how this one goes. It's Northwestern and Summerville. We'll be back with the opening kickoff in just seconds. Mark Ryder will kick off for Summerville. Northwestern and the Minnesota Vikings look kind of uniforms. These uniforms were bought by Jeff Burris, by the way. Kickoff coming off the hands of Broderick McCrory into the end zone, and Northwestern will start at the 20.
Just like the prior game, Jeff, Northwestern wants to get out to a good start, put some pressure on Summerville right away, and I think it's a key to play good early in the playoffs, get some of that momentum going early. And Summerville, they've been plagued by turnovers this year. That's going to be a key for them tonight, is whether or not they can hold on to the ball and play mistake-free football.
Now, Bobo Thompson will be the quarterback. Justin Rainey suffered 8 stitches in his lips last week when the chin strap broke in the Rock Hill game. Will be the tailback. And they go in a spread offense to start the game, and they give it to Broderick McCrory trying to get to the outside, and he does. And McCrory across the 30 will have a first down. I think they're going to mark him right at the 30-yard line as he got out of bounds at the Northwestern bench. See where they put it down, and it will be a first down, exactly 10 yards on the first play of the game. So they go with a spread and a wingback around with Broderick McCrory, the team's leading receiver. McCrory and Brandon Pay, the starting wideouts. Chuck Slaughter, the tight end. Cal Conant, left tackle. Barrett Mainers at left guard tonight. Trey Hernandez, the center. Matt Garner, right guard. And Cliff Conant, the right tackle. First down at the 30. Bobo Thompson has time and now runs up and gets yardage across the 35. Picks up about 6 before the tackle was made by Jerry Barker, number 90, for the Green Wave.
Good decision there by Thompson. He's got 429 yards rushing this year and 5 touchdowns rushing. Just adds an additional threat back there. He's always a threat to tuck it and run.
Summerville has 3 players going both ways, and before this year they never had anybody who had to do that at the largest high school in the state. 2nd and 4. Northwestern at the 36, game just underway. Thompson sets up, now scrambles. Going deep to McCrory, off his hand at the Summerville 35, and McCrory got behind the defense, Terrell Moree.
One of those players that goes both ways. He's their top receiver.
He's their playmaker. They've completed 14 touchdown passes this year. Moree's caught 13 of them.
McCrory that time made a good adjustment, but a tough catch there. He had to turn completely around. Ball just off his hand there.
So 3rd and 4. Tim Wyndham, Derek Dixon, the defensive ends, Jerry Barker, Dustin Fry, the tackles, and Brent Sizemore is the nose guard. Bobo Thompson again to throw it. Goes to the sideline and incomplete. And again had a man open. That was Jason Coleman.
Jason Coleman had broken free. The pass was just behind him, and if that pass had been on target, it was 6 for the Trojans.
So Northwestern will have to kick, but they have shown the ability to get some people open deep in the first series. Thompson just couldn't get him the ball. Kyle Savarance will punt for Northwestern. And this will take a backward bounce and get down at the 44 of Summerville.
First time we've seen Savarance punt. He normally handles a lot of the kicking duties.
Well, good field position for Summerville. They'll start at the 44-yard line. Just a 20-yard kick. Justin Lee will be the Summerville quarterback. They had been averaging about 300 yards a game total offense up until the last 3 games. They're on a 3-game losing streak, and they've only averaged about 200 yards a game in those 3 games. Justin Lee will keep it himself and gets out to midfield for a gain of about 6.
It's a good decision there. He shows a good first step. One thing I noticed watching him warm up, he's got a nice arm. He doesn't look all that big, but he's got a very nice arm. Puts a lot of nice touch on the ball. He can be dangerous back there.
Well, he made his first start last year in the playoffs against Rock Hill when their All-State quarterback got injured the week before, and did a pretty decent job in that game. They just really couldn't stop Rock Hill's offense. 2nd and 4 at the 50. And Lee gives the ball to his tailback, and that is Corey Smalls, who picks up a couple of yards. Smalls and Maurice Green expected to share time at running back tonight. 3 yards for Smalls to the 47. It'll be 3rd and 1. Paul Lyons and defensive end, Jake Russell, Chris Mitten, the tackles, and Josh Beasley with 33 tackles for loss. Now, a really good matchup. Beasley, the nose guard, against the North-South All-Star at center in Ari Goodstein. 3rd and a yard for Summerville, and it's the keeper by Lee, and he'll have a first down inside the 45 to about the 44. Set the offense for you for Summerville. The left tackle is Jimmy Gildea. Terrence Brown is the left guard. Goodstein is the center. Josh Reynolds, right guard. And Dustin Fry, the right tackle. Fry is one of the top offensive linemen in the country. He is a Prep Star All-America, state shot put champion. Bench press is 415 and squats 625. He's 6'3" and 305. And his college choices apparently come down to North Carolina, South Carolina, and Clemson. First down at the 44 for Summerville. And Lee is back to pass. He is chased, and Chris Mitten has him and makes him throw it away. And I think they're going to rule it incomplete.
That was a close call because he had the ball behind his head. It looked like he could have come forward, but it was close to being knocked out of there as well.
Chris Mitten almost had the sack. Linebackers for Northwestern are Denzel Hinton, Corey Harvey, and Juwan Marshall. Adrian Hart, North-South All-Star. At one corner, Tony Nelson the other. C.J. Barber and Jonathan Joseph, Shrine Bowl player, are the safeties. 2nd and 10 at the Northwestern 44. Justin Lee in the shotgun. Looks to the sideline. His pass is incomplete at the 35. And it'll be 3rd and 10 as the intended receiver was Stuart Moultrie.
Going back to last year's game against the Bearcats, Justin Lee, they had to play it a little conservative early on because it was his first start, but as the game progressed, he really got into a rhythm and showed, he's a very viable quarterback, and of course he's got a year under his belt at this point.
3rd and 10. Lee back to throw. Swings the ball out to Moree, and Moree is tackled after a gain. Well, actually going to lose a yard or so. It'll be 3rd down, and the punting team comes out for Summerville.
Justin Rainey in on the tackle for the Trojans.
So 4th and 11. And the punter is Mark Ryder. Jonathan Joseph and C.J. Barber are deep, and the kick will bounce inside the 10 and will be downed on about the 11-yard line. So Summerville has had the field position in the early going. It's scoreless, and we've played a little less than 4 minutes. And Northwestern has the ball at the 11-yard line. So our second look at the Trojan offense tonight. And they go with twins to the right, Hay and McCrory. And they give the ball to Justin Rainey, his first handoff tonight. And Rainey is close to the 15-yard line. Rainey closing in on 1,000 yards for the season. Had a tough outing last week. Well, everybody on the offensive side did for both teams. 4 yards for Rainey, second down and 6.
And the key from last week, the Trojans have got to get rid of the turnovers. They had 5 last week. Very uncharacteristic. They were very careless with the ball last week.
And turnovers have been a real problem for Summerville as well, so that's an area to really watch tonight. Second and 6 at the 15.
McCrory's got man coverage on this side.
And it is Jonathan Williams to about the 20-yard line. It's going to be third and about a yard.
Surprised early at the cushion they're giving. Joe Francis, defensive back for Summerville, is giving consistently about 10 to 12 yards cushion, and he's not trying to close that gap at all after the snap. Might watch for the Trojans to start trying to throw in front of Francis there.
They have Pay and McCrory, and it's McCrory with the big cushion. They give it to Jonathan Williams, and he'll have a first down to about the 23. So Northwestern will pick up its first down tonight. Dustin Fry made the tackle. Fry goes both ways, but they say that by the fourth quarter, he's usually pretty worn down. He is really a stud offensive lineman. Again, McCrory with a big cushion as he's split out to the right. First down at the 23. And it's Rainey crossing the 25 to about the 26.
The only difference that time, they switch in Moree to cover him. But again, giving him good sizable cushion there.
Come on.
Both teams just seem in their first possessions here to be feeling each other out, trying to get a sense of what works, what they can come back to later in the game.
Second and 7 at the 26.
Watch the wheel.
Jason Coleman is slot to the right, and the pass to the sideline is caught by McCrory. 35, slips a tackle and gets out across the 40 for another first down. And that time they took advantage of that soft cushion.
They certainly did. Good decision there. And, you know, they're going to force Summerville to come up in coverage. And then, with that first possession, they showed they could get behind the defensive back. So watch Northwestern as the game progresses to try to bring those Summerville defensive backs up. And then once they do that, look for them to go long.
Gain of 16. They mark it at the 42. 4 wideouts, 2 either side. And Thompson in the shotgun. And it looked like some movement on the offensive line. Trey Hernandez, the center, may have hesitated a little bit, kind of double clutched on the snap back. So it's a false start, and it'll cost Northwestern 5. Takes it back to the 37. You really don't need those penalties. They're drive killers. Hay and McCrory out to the long side of the field on 1st and 15. Thompson looks out that way. McCrory in the flat to the 40. And down the sideline, Roderick McCrory in a foot race. And they'll get him at about the 25-yard line. A big gainer, and DeWitt Myers, a North-South All-Star, makes the tackle for Summerville at the Green Wave 23.
And once again, what they're doing, throwing short in front of that cushion, and then all you've got to do is, if McCrory breaks a tackle or two, perfect example, he's got a long way to go.
It's at the Summerville 22. A 41-yard gain. And they've taken advantage of that cushion. And here is Thompson running the option. Rainey the trailing back, and Thompson keeps it and gets inside the 20 to about the 18 for a gain of about 4.
Good coverage there. I think I would have been tempted to pitch to Rainey, but Thompson saw he could pick up some yardage, just tucked it inside and picked up 4 good yards.
And we're going the other way. I really didn't see the flag, but they indicate holding against Northwestern. And
far side away from the run.
The officials tonight, Marcus Polk is the referee, Sam Davis the umpire, Bill Alexander the linesman, Chris Jones the line judge, Hubert Kennard is the back judge, and James Wilson the ECO.
So the Trojans overcame the illegal procedure, picked up a first down, but now the second penalty on the drive, big holding call, is going to bring up second down. First down at 17.
And the ball at the 30-yard line. So they get a couple of big plays as they go underneath to McCrory, and he breaks a tackle and gets 2 good gainers out of it. 41 on the last one. First and long here. Thompson with a lot of time. The deep one to Coleman is overthrown.
We've seen Coleman's playing time increase as the year has gone on, and they're just not quite in sync timing-wise yet. But watch for that tandem there. Coleman's doing a good job. He's getting behind the defenders a good bit.
And again, he had a step. So it's second and call it 18 at the 30-yard line. We have 4:47 to play, scoreless in the first quarter. Coleman and McCrory out to the right, and Brandon Pay is out to the left. Thompson has a man open, McCrory, and as Broderick went to make a move, he slips down inside the 20-yard line. And again, McCrory wide open when he catches the ball as they're just really laying off of him.
Another thing that's helping there is that Summerville's blitzing a lot from those outside linebackers, so it really, it increases that gap there. Broderick's running the routes off short. He's got a pretty good gap because he's got a cushion behind. The linebackers vacated, so they're just picking that apart right now.
3rd down and 7 at the 19. They run out of the eye, and they run the option. Here is Thompson.
Got a block
speed to the corner, and a late pitch to Rainey. And Rainey is out of bounds near the 10. And it looks like a first down. Let's see where they mark the football.
Looks like he's got the first down just outside the 10.
First down just short of the 10-yard line, so they get 9 yards. Northwestern started this drive on their own 11, and they've got a first down at the Summerville 10.
And they can pick up a first down without having to score here, so get a fresh set of downs if they get the ball right on the edge of the goal line.
It'd be tough to make a first down and not score.
Very tough.
First down at the 10, and the toss to Rainey, wide right.
Good block by Williams.
Justin down to the 5-yard line and just a step inside.
The defender fought off the block of Broderick McCrory, but his fullback, Williams, gave a great block to free that space.
Ball at the 4-yard line as the ball is inside the 5. Second down.
And Jeff, what you just touched on, this drive starting all the way back at the 11, that's one thing the Trojans really haven't done a lot this year, long sustained drives. This would be a real boost for them.
Scoring territory now. Toss to Justin Rainey. He's hit it about the 3 and gets maybe to the 2. And it'll be 3rd down. And again, Northwestern could get a first down just short of the goal line. It's 3rd down at the 2. 3 minutes to go in the quarter, and Northwestern trying to draw first blood. Ball in the middle of the field. And Thompson has the backs in the eye. Rainey is the tailback. Jonathan Williams the fullback. And it's Rainey with a hole, and he gets to the goal line and scores. Justin Rainey with his 18th touchdown of the year, and Northwestern's on the board first.
Not Not much to say about that one, Jeff. Once they got it down to that 10-yard line, just good hard running, following that offensive line, and they busted in from a couple yards out.
Kyle Saverance for the extra point. A long time-consuming drive for the Trojans, and it pays off with a touchdown. Saverance makes it 7-0 Northwestern with 2:38 to play in the first quarter.
1 out of every 2 area high school graduates who continue their education will choose York Technical.
Northwestern had 102 total yards in that drive. 7-0, 2:38 to play in the first.
Nice play calling there. They took what Summerville would give them, and they made one big play out of it along the way.
Kickoff is short. It is
on the ground.
Fumbled, and Terrell Moree recovers it at the 23. So Summerville starts at the 23. Justin Rainey with his 18th touchdown of the year. And Northwestern gets on the board first. And that Northwestern defense, which was second in 4A coming into this weekend behind only Rock Hill as far as points given up. Hard to move on. They give up an average of just 1.5 yards per rush. Lee on the give and hit near the line of scrimmage is Corey Smalls. Might have gotten a foot or so, but no more than that. Call it no gain at the 23, 2nd and 10.
Little attempted misdirection there, but the Trojan line had just stopped things up completely along the front.
And I think that Chris Minton got a pretty good bit of that. 3 of the defenders going to all-star games. Jake Russell and Adrian Hart to the north-south, and Jonathan Joseph to the Shrineville. 2nd and 10 at the 23. And the toss, nothing doing there for Maurice Green. It'll be 3rd and about 10. Juwan Marshall, among others.
And really the last 2 plays have been so many Trojans in and around the ball, it's hard to call out one particular defender.
They'll give Green a yard to the 24, 3rd and 9. And a passing down for Justin Lee. They have Terrell Moree out to the right. And he's their big receiver. And Lee steps up, but he won't get away as he's spun down at about the 20-yard line.
Juwan Marshall again.
Juwan Marshall gets the sack. 4th down and 11 at the 22.
And the home crowd cheering on that Trojan defense. 3 and out for Summerville.
Well, that front 7 really loves 3rd and long.
They do.
And the kick by Ryder to Joseph, who called the fair catch at the 38. Looked like Jonathan had some room to run there, but
he had one defender coming up quickly, but after that it was about 15 yards before the next defender. I think he was a little disappointed that he didn't try that one.
Northwestern moved it 89 yards last time, and they are 62 yards away now. Backs in the eye behind Bobo Thompson. And Thompson's pass to Broderick McCrory, and again he slips the first tackler. McCrory to the 45 and down to about the 43, and just a great effort by Broderick McCrory. They give him that much room, they better be able to tackle him.
They've got to make that first tackle, or otherwise he's going to make them pay for it. You know, the amazing thing was that pass by Thompson went right underneath the hands of an outstretched defender, went right between his hands and his face mask.
I think it was Derek Dixon who got his hands up. And
it's like throwing through the tire in the backyard. He had just a little bit of space, and he threaded it through.
18 yards, and it is Williams on the last play of the quarter with a good gain, close to the Summerville 35, picked up about 8 yards.
Good gain by the fullback.
After one quarter, Northwestern out in front of Summerville, 7-0.
Fast Lube and Exxon Quick See Car Wash and Food Mart wants to give your car a reward with Fast Lube's guaranteed 10-minute oil change. All brands of oil, same low price. Present your receipt and receive a free exterior car wash at the Exxon Quick See Car Wash and Food Mart, where we use only top-quality turtle wax to clean, beautify, and protect your car. While there, treat...
9 in the first quarter. And the Trojans look at 2nd and 2 at the Summerville 36. And here's Justin Rainey for a first down and more to the 26-yard line for a gain of about 10.
Good blocking on the edge there by Jonathan Williams, his fullback, and also Chuck Slaughter, his tight end.
So another first down for Northwestern.
Now the last first down play, for the first time tonight, those defensive backs for Summerville had come up closer. We've got a mark off here against the Trojans.
Yep. Spoke too soon. It's not going to be a first down. Third penalty against Northwestern. All against the offense, and it's another holding call.
You go to 4. You go to 4.
So they lose the first down. It'll remain second, but now, Jeff, 2nd and 12 for the Trojans.
At the Summerville 46. Now they go into the passing formation. And Thompson passed incomplete to Brandon Pay at the 40-yard line. And he was hit right about the time the ball got there by Quentin Smith.
And Pay did a good job. He adjusted his body there and really shielded it. He knew or felt that Smith was coming up strong, shielded his body to avoid the potential interception.
So it's 3rd and 12. And Northwestern with the possession down. Northwestern has pretty much dominated so far. They lead 7-0.
3 wideouts to the far side.
Big rush on Bobo Thompson. Got to reverse his field and scramble. And it's Justin Rainey.
Needs a block.
Rainey to the 50, 45, 40. First down inside the 30, inside the 20. Ball on the ground. And was he down? I think he was.
He was down. Yes, the referee marks him down. And credit Thompson and Rainey. Thompson scrambling for his life and just happened to look up and see Rainey there as an outlet.
Boy, just great athletic ability by both of those guys.
That really takes something out of Summerville. I know it's second quarter, but to chase him around like that on a third down play and almost have him and then give up the big play, that's tough.
27 yards on a play that looked like it was going to lose about 15. First down at the 19, and it's Rainey again inside the 15-yard line. Anytime you can pick up about 5 on first down, you'll take it.
He's getting good blocking on that right side of the line.
2nd down and 5 at the 14. And another problem Summerville has had this year is just getting worn down. They have a lot less depth than they usually have. A number of players going both ways. 2nd and 5. Here's Thompson running the option. He keeps it, eludes a tackler, and takes it into the end zone. And again, Thompson's ability to escape pays off for Northwestern.
He tucked that one in, and really, he looked like he could have been tackled for really no gain. He just fleet-footed in between two and took it all the way.
14-yard run for Thompson, and Northwestern on the board again. And his elusiveness, the key to that drive. Kyle Saverance for the extra point, and the Trojans go up 14-0 with 10:19 to play in the first half.
1 out of every 2 area high school graduates who continue their education will choose.
Northwestern's speed could be the difference in this game, and we're seeing it.
We really are. Offensively, they've just taken what Summerville's given them. Broderick McCrory has made a couple of big plays. And then, of course, Thompson and Rainey with their athleticism really made a big play out of absolutely nothing on a third down.
Jonathan Williams kicks off for Northwestern. And this is taken by Terrell Morey, and he's tripped up across the 25.
Defensively, the Trojans are establishing themselves at the line of scrimmage. The last drive was a 3-and-out, and there's basically no running room on any of the plays that Summerville tried. And 2 long scoring drives as well for the Trojans, 2 sustained drives.
Well, this game starting out much the same as last night's game did, with Rock Hill jumping out to a big early lead. Summerville down 2 scores. Justin Lee under a rush. His pass is intercepted by Adrian Hart, and Northwestern's got it at the Summerville 24.
He stared at his receiver and really credit the pressure as well. Good pressure on the quarterback, made him throw it. Adrian Hart just laying there and wait, and once the pass was away, he jumped in front of the receiver and made the pickoff.
And this defense can make things go from bad to worse if you're playing against them. Northwestern set up again at the Summerville 24. Adrian Hart gets the interception, his 4th of the year. And the north-south selection comes up with the takeaway. Here's Justin Rainey.
Big
running room. Rainey to the 10, to the 5, and stepped out of bounds before he got to the 5 at about the 7. It'll be a 1st and goal, 17 yards for Justin Rainey.
Huge hole opened up out of that offensive line, and then Rainey, once he broke into the secondary, made a nice cutback to pick up extra yards.
And Northwestern, should they score here, could really make it a long night for Summerville.
Especially when you think that Trojan offense gives up defense gives up an average of 7.5 points a game. 3 touchdowns up would be nice.
From the 7-yard line, it is Rainey again. And Rainey this time is rolled down after a gain of just a yard.
Joe Francis there for Summerville, green wave.
Francis, number 13, 2nd and goal at the 6. It's been all Northwestern so far, and the Trojans look to go up 3 scores. They've kept Summerville's offense off the field. Summerville has run just 10 plays so far. Here's the handoff to Williams, and he walks in. Jonathan Williams, and a flag down after the play is over.
That was just a great ball handling by Thompson there. He just slipped that one in, and Williams untouched for the touchdown.
I think he crossed the goal line before Summerville knew he had the ball.
I think so. They were following Thompson and Rainey.
The touchdown is going to stand.
Unsportsmanlike on Summerville after the play.
So that'll make it 20-0. And 3 different players have scored for Northwestern. Rainey, Thompson, and now Jonathan Williams. Kyle Saverance for the extra point. William Wright will hold for the extra point. High snap, but the kick is through. And Northwestern up by 3 scores, 21-0, 9:14 to play second quarter.
At the University of South Carolina at Lancaster, students enjoyed
The situation we saw last night when Wando was here, and Northwestern's up 21-0.
Similar number of plays run as well during the first half.
I think Wando also had run 10 plays at this point in the ball game last night. And the kickoff run out across the 30-yard line. Summerville will start at about the 33 as Stuart Maltby ran that one back.
Jonathan Williams and Juwan Marshall in on the tackle.
Summerville in a situation now where they've really got to do something on this possession, you would think.
They've got to have something positive happen. They've got to pick up some first downs, take some time off the clock, and start changing the field position. And least of which they need a score to start pulling this thing back together.
And they need to keep Northwestern's offense off the field if they can. From the 33, Lee will hand the ball off, but short gain for Corey Smalls.
Denzel Hinton in there on the tackle.
Denzel Hinton with 131 total tackles this year, and the amazing stat for Denzel is that he's missed only 2 tackles the entire year. That's a 2-yard gain there, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. Summerville really doesn't have that breakaway kind of back. And it's difficult to drive the field when you, against a team like Northwestern, you don't have somebody that can pick up a big chunk at one time. Lee's pass is juggled and caught across the 50-yard line. And a nice catch out there for Summerville.
Melvin Willis on the catch. He did make a great catch, leaped high and pulled that one in.
Summerville running a lot of people in and out of the game. And Melvin Willis will get the Green Wave's 2nd first down of the game at the Northwestern 46, a gain of 19 yards.
Four receivers out of the shotgun set this time for Summerville.
Lee, big rush, and he dumps it, caught, but the play is going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage.
Great job, Corey Harvey there. He stayed at home. They tried to set up a middle screen.
Raymond Smalls made the catch, but had nowhere to go as Harvey was all over him.
Tried to take advantage of that Trojan penetration, and after those linemen broke through, Corey Harvey would have nothing to do with that play. He was right there on the back of the receiver.
They wanted to set up a screen, but you've got to slow those linemen down a little bit. When they're coming at you that strong, you don't really have time to set much of anything up. 2nd and 10 at the 46. Lee,
again.
Big rush again, and they'll get him this time.
The ball
is out, and it's alive, and Northwestern's going to get it. As Minton comes up with the football, it was Josh Beasley who got the sack and slung Lee down and caused that ball to come out.
3 of the 4 defenders were back there in the quarterback's face immediately. And unfortunately for him, he was able to break a tackle at first, but then as he got slung down, the ball popped loose. So 2 turnovers now by Summerville.
In a terrible spot for them.
Right.
At the Summerville 15, as Chris Minton recovered and Josh Beasley caused it. Beasley with 33 tackles for loss coming in makes a big defensive play there. Here is Justin Rainey. They hem him in, but Rainey manages to get to the 10-yard line anyway. It didn't look like that play was going to make a thing.
He had 2 Summerville defenders right in front of him. Somehow he just tucked his head and picked up some yards.
5 yards to the 10. It'll be 2nd down. And Northwestern has come out and just dominated Summerville, a team with as much tradition as any football team in the country. 2nd down from the 10, and it's the keeper by Bobo Thompson. He breaks it to the outside. Thompson is so elusive. It's going to be close to a first down. I think he's going to have the sticks.
Broke it outside. Once Summerville covered that, he cut it back inside, danced away from 3 defenders before being taken down.
And they mark it at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. Well, Bobo Thompson has made a lot of people miss him tonight.
As well as Broderick McCrory.
Broderick also. And Rainey. From the 2, here's Justin Rainey. And
ball
he's
is
just
loose.
short. I think he fumbled it. Summerville thinks they have the ball. And apparently they do.
Right at the goal line.
I think that it was Justin Fry to recover their All-American lineman. Boy, Rainey came within about 2 inches of getting to the goal line, but fumbled the ball. And Summerville gets it, but they are just barely outside of their end zone. And Summerville wants a timeout. 5:41 in the first half. Northwestern with a 21-0 lead.
I think their quickest step in that backfield.
It's at the 2-yard line, second down. 21-0 Northwestern, just over 5 minutes to play in the half. And the Trojans have dominated.
Got movement on the offensive line.
And those linebackers up in and out of the gaps, I think Corey Harvey really caused that penalty.
So half of the yardage they worked for on that sneak is gone.
And Northwestern came within inches of the touchdown, which may have made it from bad to worse for Summerville. But they're a long way from being out of the woods here. And, boy, getting out just to about the 1-yard line is Corey Smalls. Didn't get much, and it'll be third down.
He was fighting just to get out of the end zone. Last two possessions for Summerville have ended with turnovers. A Hart picked off a pass and then a fumble on the last possession. No room for mistakes at this point.
Third down at the 1. Smalls the tailback. And they give it to Smalls, and he's hit at maybe the 2-yard line, and they're going to have to kick it from the back line of the end zone.
Paul Lyons in there for the Trojans. And if I'm the Trojans, I'd think about setting up a return here.
Mark Ryder will kick it from the back of the end zone. Jonathan Joseph is back at the Summerville 40.
On an earlier kickoff, they didn't get downfield very quickly.
It's a short kick. It'll bounce to the 40-yard line and takes a good Summerville roll all the way up to the 47. So a 45-yard kick for Mark Ryder. And Northwestern will take it at the Greenway 47.
3:44 to go first half, Jeff. They lead 21-0, and it's been all Trojans in this first half.
This is the way that Northwestern wanted to play. Bobo Thompson takes out on the option. Late pitch to Rainey. Rainey to the 40 and out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. It should be enough for a first down. And it is. Francis knocked him out of bounds, but the play will gain 11.
And now that we're in the playoffs, I tell you, you and I have talked about it over the last few weeks. These two defenses for Rock Hill and Northwestern are just tremendous, and that's how you win championships. And these two teams, Rock Hill and Northwestern, the two from Rock Hill, have a chance to meet in the championship the way they're bracketed.
Here is Thompson on the keeper, and again, he is elusive. That ball came out, and let's see. It's going to remain Northwestern football near the 30-yard line.
Thompson, let's see if he gets up. Went down a little funny on his ankle that time, but seems to be okay.
Well, Northwestern and Rock Hill could both be on the road next week the way things are shaping up, and they could be at the number 1 and number 2 seeds in the lower state. So, you know, before we make our plans for going to Columbia, there's some football to be played yet.
I'm just encouraging the hometown folks to get behind these two teams.
Both of these teams have played really good ball on the road, though.
Yeah, they have.
It doesn't really concern you too much to see them on the road. Here's Thompson. Pump fakes. Runs to the sideline.
Ball's loose again.
Ball on the ground. And did they say he went out of bounds?
They said he went out of bounds and the ball was knocked back in.
So it'll be third and about 4. I don't know what Thompson was really doing with the ball there. It looked like he was maybe just trying to throw it into the ground, avoid the sack maybe.
Wasn't quite sure, but Northwestern's going to stop and think about this on third down.
2:24 to play in the half, and Northwestern 21-0.
Fast Lube and Exxon Quick.
Third and about 5 for the Trojans. And Thompson runs the option. Rainey, the trailing back. Thompson keeps it and slides down to the 21-yard line for a gain of about 10 and another Northwestern first down.
And he did a much better job that time securing the ball on that option. It's been a little loose out there the last couple of plays, and even before that, Thompson holding it a little precariously.
10 yards. Justin Rainey over 1,000 yards for the year after his performance so far tonight. Northwestern speed a little bit too much for Summerville to deal with. First down at the 21. And it's Williams, a big haul, and there goes Jonathan Williams for his second touchdown tonight.
They did it from 4 yards, and now they've done it from 21. Inside handoff works beautifully for Williams.
But Jonathan Williams just untouched. Big haul, and nobody showed up for Summerville. 21 yards.
They're watching Thompson and Rainey so much on that option, and Thompson's just picking the perfect time to give it on that inside handoff on that option.
Kyle Saverance for the extra point. And it goes to 28-0 with 1:50 to play in the half.
Hey guys, welcome to Cafe Dom's. There's a car out front with the Burns license plate on. It's got its lights on. Excuse me, everyone. There's a car in the parking lot with a Burns Ford tag that has their lights on.
See for yourself why so many of your friends and neighbors choose Burns Ford Mercury, conveniently located in Lancaster.
Burns Automotive, the right choice for your next car.
For good times, great margaritas, and the tastiest Mexican food this side of the border, El Cancun is the only place to go. El Cancun is always serving up casual dining.
28-0. Summerville has run only 16 plays. We have 1:50 to play in the first half. And Kyle Saverance kicks off. And the ball dropped, picked up at about the 10-yard line, and hit at the 10. And another good play on coverage is Stuart Moultrie was tackled at the 10-yard line.
Moultrie there making the play, and Justin Rainey was really breaking through as well. Didn't quite have the angle to make the tackle, but he really caused some problems.
Summerville has made only 2 first downs tonight. Just the way they play in Region 2. Teams from outside the region come up this way, and they get a taste of what it's like.
Beautiful play, Corey Harvey.
And again, Harvey stuffs the run.
That's good coaching there as well as the execution.
Raymond Smalls carried the football and was tackled for no gain. Second down at the 10.
Harvey last week led the Trojans with 15 total tackles against the Bearcats.
Lee passed down the middle off the hands of Terrell Moree, and it'll be 3rd and 10. And with 1:04 to go in the half, Northwestern could get it again. 3rd down at the 10. Moree is their playmaker, and he hasn't been able to make a play tonight. Third and 10, bad snap. Lee picks it up, and he's hit it about the 2-yard line and dumped there. And Paul Lyons will get the sack, and Northwestern stops the clock. Lyons with his 8th sack of the year. Northwestern will get another shot at the football. 56 seconds to play in the half, and we'll be back at District 3 after this.
1 out of every 2 area high school graduates who continue their education will choose York Technical College because it's convenient, affordable, and offers programs as varied as their personal goals. And if a 4-year degree is in your plans, York Technical College is the choice. Our university transfer program allows students to transfer college credits to many public and private universities in the Carolinas. We even offer transfer opportunities to USC's College of Engineering. York Technical College. You can go anywhere from here.
When you shop at Robinson Brothers Furniture Store, you always save money. That's
A kick from the back of the end zone. And Ryder, big rush.
Partially blocked.
And they throw the flag. And it looks like roughing the kicker, and the ball down just at the Summerville 25, but Summerville is going to keep the football here, apparently. They put the big rush on, and it looked like somebody did get a piece of the ball, but they rule that they didn't, and they call roughing the kicker.
It's a good ways from here, but I judged it based on how the ball looked coming off his foot. It just didn't look like off the side of his foot. It looked like it was somebody had a hand on it as well.
So Northwestern went for the block, and they didn't get it. They come up empty, but not a bad gamble, really.
Not at all. There's under a minute to go, and that's quickest way to get your best field position here.
And still the ball just at the 18 for Summerville. Lee, big rush, and they'll get him. The ball is in the air, and Summerville, I think, got it back.
It's still...
Jawan Marshall got the sack.
Wow.
Are they going to rule that they can't rule that an incomplete pass.
Well, I think that was they've got the clock running, so it's not ruled incomplete.
No, it's a sack for Jawan Marshall. Back at the 9-yard line, the play lost 9 yards. And I think Summerville's going to be content to let the clock run out on the first half. Northwestern with a dominant first half of football. And Summerville, with 2 seconds and 1, will let the clock run out on it. 28-0 Northwestern at halftime.
Great first half by the Trojans. We'll be back to see what happens in this second half.
At the University of South Carolina at Lancaster, students enjoy the advantages of a large university with the convenience.
28-0 Northwestern. Kyle Saverns kicks off for the Trojans. And the kickoff taken at about the 16-yard line. Running it out near the 35-yard line is Ryan Powell. Summerville hasn't had much field position tonight. They have only 3 first downs, and one of those came on a penalty on a punt right at the end of the first half.
And their best field position in the first half was their first drive. They started at the 44-yard line.
They'll start this series at the 35. They've run 21 plays, and they've got minus 22 for their offense.
And they've done nothing on the ground, and the Trojan pass rush has really eaten them up. And when they have been able to throw downfield, it's been a dangerous venture. Northwestern always around the ball.
Justin Lee on the inside give to Raymond Smalls, and Smalls close to a first down near the 45. Kind of difficult for Northwestern to avoid a letdown after playing a near-perfect first half.
And that's what we saw last night. Rock Hill played a perfect first half, near perfect. They played a great third quarter, and finally in the fourth, once they had a lot of reserves in, they had that letdown.
Smalls, who carried the ball for Summerville, is slow to get up. They're going to have to come out and see about him, and while we have a chance, we'll pause for this.
You've made a substantial investment in
cast on his right leg, and they are wheeling him off on a stretcher, so he is not going to return, obviously. He's a Shrine Bowl player, and they've said a couple of times tonight he's their playmaker. Now, it looks like they've also lost their quarterback, as Justin Lee is on the sideline and sitting on the bench with his helmet off and his head down, and I'm not sure if he is sick or might have got his bell rung, but he is out also. And the quarterback is Bray Blanton for Summerville. So things have gone from bad to worse. 2nd and 1. We've run one play in the second half. They've lost their big play receiver and their quarterback. Blanton in the shotgun. And they hand it off, and the play's going to lose a yard or two as Corey Smalls is hit at about the 42-yard line.
Chris Minton in the backfield quickly for the Trojans.
So it's going to be third down and a long 2.
So the first play of the half for Summerville was positive yard-wise. They got 9 yards, but 2 key injuries on that play.
Bray Blanton is the quarterback. And he is a junior. And the ball is on the ground as he bumped into his running back. Blanton is going to be snowed under at about the 34.
Jake Russell, 99, leading the Trojan charge there, along with Juwan Marshall.
Happens a lot of times when you have a new quarterback in there. And they really messed up the handoff. Blanton picked it up, and then the defense all over him. At the 35, a loss of 7 more. And Mark Ryder will have to kick. And Ryder hits it high and deep, and a fair catch by Joseph, who makes it at the 28, 29-yard line.
Good hang time there, and 4 Summerville players quickly up on it, so Joseph with the right decision.
So Northwestern will get the ball call at the 28. 28-0 Northwestern. Just underway second half, and now Summerville has lost their quarterback and they've lost their big play wide receiver. Bobo Thompson throws into the flat to Brandon Pay, and he makes it at about the 33 for a 5-yard gain.
Number 12, Brandon Pay.
Bobo Thompson running the ball 46 yards in the first half. Justin Rainey 67. He's over 1,000 for the year now.
Let me find. Where's Bo at? Come here, Bo.
Thompson did a good job in that first half, directing his offense, made good decisions on the option.
Well, the first half tonight so similar to the first half of the Rock Hill game last night. Almost a mirror image. Both quarterbacks just really played great. And here is Rainey, and Justin's to the 35-yard line. Got about 2, and it'll be third down and about 3.
Tackle on the play by number 66, Bruton Sizemore.
We may see this stadium again next week, according to some of the scores we're getting in. Nothing's final yet as we talk to you, but we will have playoff football for you next week. And we'll be there for the duration with these two teams. And here is the keeper by Bobo Thompson into the secondary. And Bobo off to the races. And they'll finally drag him down inside the 25. And again, the speed of Bobo Thompson. Just a huge item in the ballgame.
Speed and decision-making. He's just looked great on the option tonight. Think back to that first half. You think of the nice runs that he and Rainey were making, but also think back to the fact that he made 2 good decisions to give it to his fullback on that quick hitter, and Jonathan Williams has scored twice in the first half.
42 yards for Thompson on the keeper, and first down at the Summerville 23. And this play is blown dead before Rainey can take the handoff. Boy, Thompson, Rainey, and Broderick McCrory have really made Summerville miss a lot of tackles tonight.
They really have. We've got the Summerville radio team beside us here, and they've been really impressed. They came in, they knew that we had speed on defense, but they've been really impressed with the speed on the offense as well.
Penalty against Summerville makes it 1st and 5 at the 18. And Summerville really, with a weakness as far as team speed goes, they just don't match up very well with a team like Northwestern. Thompson to Rainey, trying to get it to the outside. Got a block by McCrory out there, and running out at about the 15-yard line is Justin Rainey.
And we've got an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. A lot of extracurricular activity going on.
And this is going to be against Rainey, apparently.
There were 2 other players still going at it way after the whistle in the middle of the field. Now, last year, Jeff, I had the opportunity to go down to Summerville, and a big penalty that was very questionable early in the game. Jonathan Hefney got thrown out, and it was very little contact. Didn't sit well with Coach Ringer.
And he was off to a great start that night, too. I think he had 2 long touchdowns early in the game.
He certainly did. He had a reverse for a touchdown. Then he caught a long pass for a touchdown and was playing well defensively as well.
So it's a dead ball foul. It's second down at the Summerville 29. 2nd and 16. Bobo with all kinds of time.
Nice fake.
Going deep. McCrory, touchdown.
And Thompson set that up. We got a flag back here, though, in the backfield. Thompson set that up with a pump fake.
Hold the phone. The hold against Northwestern will take the points off the board.
So the Trojans have hurt themselves with penalties here tonight. And they're going to have to work on that as they go deeper in the playoffs. That and making sure they get rid of that turnover bug as well.
Well, Bobo had a lot of time to throw the ball, maybe because somebody was being held. So it takes it back to the Summerville 41, and it'll be 2nd down and 28.
Nonetheless, good play call, great execution by the Trojans, with the exception of the hold.
Thompson sets up, scrambles right. Going deep, but Pay is not really in position to make a play on that ball. And it'll be 3rd and long.
Receivers coming back towards the ball on that, but Thompson made a good decision just to throw it away, throw it deep.
7:37 in the 3rd quarter. Northwestern cruising with a 28-0 lead. Trojans have looked real sharp tonight. Offense is executed. The defense has held Summerville to minus 20 yards of total offense to this point in the game. Third and 28. Empty backfield for Bobo Thompson.
Man coverage, 1 deep safety.
Thompson all kinds of time, now runs up. Still looks downfield, scrambles. Throws the ball out of bounds. A receiver knocked down, and there is interference called as Broderick McCrory was knocked down by Arnold Muldrow.
So Thompson, again, using his athleticism, just continued to cut back and forth across the field, bought himself time.
You know, they're wearing those Minnesota Viking kind of uniforms, and Thompson looked like Fran Tarkenton back in the olden days.
He really did. That's a good comparison. Tarkenton mastered staying alive back there, and he'd make something happen eventually.
Wasn't really a great downfield runner like a Randall Cunningham, but boy, he'd just do some amazing things behind the line of scrimmage, reversing his field and buying himself some more time. Always looking to throw the ball, though.
Yeah, not quick of foot, but when he was being chased, he was very, very elusive.
15 yards and an automatic first at the 26. And there is Jonathan Williams to about the 20. And the fullback has run real well tonight. Williams 2 touchdowns and picked up about 6 yards there.
I love seeing a fullback go 21 yards for a touchdown. That's a beautiful play.
An easy run, too, because nobody laid a hand on him. 2nd and 4 at the 20. McCrory to the right, Brandon Pay to the left. Backs in the eye. LaQuavia Swearinger is the tailback, and Swearinger takes the handoff and can't get away.
Tries to skip out of the tackle and ends up going backwards on the play.
And the tackle was made by Greg England.
I tell you, though, the Trojans that time had the coverage they wanted. I know they'd like to see that again. Summerville decided to go man on McCrory on the far side. He had a lot of field to work with.
Swearinger comes out. Going to be 3rd down and 3 at the Summerville 19.
Looks like the same coverage package. They're going to shade to Brandon Pay's side and leave McCrory in man coverage.
And there is Williams. Again, a good run for Jonathan Williams and another Northwestern first down. They had Dante Walker in the tailback now. I think we'll probably get to see some people that we haven't seen a lot of, and maybe some of the players that were called up for this game.
We spent a good bit of time prior to the game trying to catch all the new numbers, so hopefully that'll pay off for us.
First down at the 14, and Dante Walker is inside the 5-yard line.
Took a shoestring tackle by DeWitt Myers, or else we would have had a score there for the Trojans.
Close to a first down at the 4. It's going to be second down and short at the Summerville 4. And Northwestern knocking on the door again. Dante Walker is the tailback. Jonathan Williams the fullback. Walker to about the 3. I think he's going to have enough for a first down.
Well, this drive, Jeff, started way back at the 28. So the Trojans reversing one thing from this year. They really are sustaining drives tonight.
Well, they had 271 yards in the first half. And they're on another long drive here.
Cliff Connett limps off the field for the Trojans.
First down at the 3. Dante Walker into the end zone. So Northwestern goes up by 5 scores.
Beautiful blocking by the left side of that line.
Fourth different player to score for Northwestern tonight.
And, we got a report that Gary Blevins might not play, but I believe he was leading the way there along with Chuck Slaughter.
Kyle Sabrance for the extra point. And Sabrance perfect tonight. 35-0 Trojans, 4:34 to play in the third quarter.
Fast Lube and Exxon Quick.
Yards and penalties along the way. 35-0. Really don't see a John McKissick team handled like this. It'll be the Green Waves' first losing season in 44 years. And the kickoff is dropped at about the 12-yard line. And what a big hit down there.
Justin Rainey
came down and just absolutely nailed Ryan Powell.
He's been looking for that all night. I've noticed every single kickoff, he's just been flying downfield. And that time, he took the right angle and took the ball carrier down.
Summerville has it at the 13. Rainey, he takes some licks at running back. He dished one out there.
He had a good hit in the first half playing defensive back as well.
Bray Blanton, the quarterback, and there's not much inside.
Corey Harvey, Denzel Hinton, and other Trojans in on the tackle.
Philip Purvis carried the ball for a gain of 2. Second down and 8. All Northwestern all the time. 4 minutes to play in the third. And it looked like Paul Lyons might have jumped.
And oddly enough, Jeff, the Trojans came in here tonight trying to break a 2-game home losing streak. Lost to Spartanburg on October the 19th and then to the Bearcats last week.
I'll tell you, when teams come in here that aren't part of this region, they find out what it's like.
What it's like. And if you listen to the scores tonight, that it bears it out as well.
Gaffney out in front. And again, misdirection just doesn't fool anybody. The Northwestern defense just pinning their ears back, and they're really whipping Summerville up front. That was Raymond Smalls. It is third down. And about 6. And on the toss, again, very little for Ryan Powell.
Trojans there defensively with Chris Minton and Paul Lyons. So Summerville will go 3 and out, and the Trojans will get good field position.
Fourth down, and Mark Ryder once again on to punt. And Ryder hits this one in the direction of Joseph. And Joseph gets out of the way, and the ball will die at the Northwestern 46. And let's take a look at the Northwestern offense. I think we may see some new numbers out there. Offense huddled around the bench. And it looks like a new bunch. LaQuavis Swearinger is the running back. And this play is whistled dead. We still have Bobo Thompson at quarterback, but the rest of the team looks new. We have Michael Hall in the backfield along with Swearinger.
It's like Carlin Long at one wide receiver.
Summerville had too many on the field, so it'll be 1st and 5 just across the 50-yard line.
It's like William Wright, number 13, also in at receiver.
Here is Swearinger trying to get to the corner. And Swearinger run out of bounds right into the Summerville bench. Picked up about 5 or 6 yards.
Michael Hall there at fullback with just enough of a block there to clear some room for Swearinger.
It's at the Greenway 44 and another Northwestern first down. John McKissick is 14 wins short of 500. He is the winningest football coach in the history of the game on any level. And here's Hall. And Hall with a good game. About the 35.
And that fullback handoff continues to be wide open for the Trojans. They've gained on it all night.
Clock winding down on the third quarter. We've got a minute and 30 seconds to go. 2nd down and 1.
Dante Walker back in at tailback now, replacing Swearinger.
Hall is the fullback. And it is Walker for a first down near the 30. Northwestern moves those sticks again.
And the way they're picking up yardage on the ground, I don't think you're going to see them put it up in the air too much more tonight.
Really no need to.
Ball control, run that clock with a 35-point lead.
Northwestern's offense has been pretty much unstoppable.
David Chisholm in, now at one wide receiver. Dario Chisholm at tight end.
From the 31, first down. Hall spins his way to about the 27. Northwestern just doing what they want to do. Put it down at the 28 for a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Good way to open the playoffs, get everybody into the ball game, and go on to their 9th win of the year. Could be the last play of the quarter. It is Michael Hall to about the 22-yard line. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Northwestern cruising 35-0 after 3. Northwestern.
Summerville rose to the occasion there. They fought off the blocks of the fullback and the slot receiver.
Fourth down and about 2.
Really too close in to punt. You don't want to really go for the field goal with this type of lead, so the Trojans will just try to pick up the first down.
Dante Walker is the tailback. Michael Hall, the fullback. They give it to Hall, and Hall has a first down.
Good hard
near
running.
the 15.
Offensive line did a great job for him there. Nice hole, and no doubt he was going to pick that one up.
Another first down for Northwestern. Northwestern has 3 shutouts this year, and Summerville hasn't really sniffed the end zone. First down at the 15. Here's Hall again. Takes a good lick after a short gain. Go back here. I don't think Summerville's crossed midfield, have we? I have to go back here and check the play-by-play chart, I think. They hadn't threatened to score at all. Second down at the 13, 2nd and 8. And here's Dante Walker, and Walker to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Dante Walker. No, it's not Walker, it's Swearinger.
Swearinger, 32. Walker wears 22.
Well, they announced Walker in the PA.
We got a flag on the play, though.
Maybe coming back. Northwestern's had a couple of touchdowns called back. I mean, this game could be a lot worse than it is.
They also had a fumble at the goal line that they lost.
That would have been LaQueva Swearinger taking it into the end zone. But the penalty is against the Trojans. And the ball is out to the 24. So it's second down and 19 at the 24.
David Chisholm split out to the left side.
Here's Swearinger, hit from behind and rolled down.
Good tackle by Jada Ross there, linebacker number 54.
Number 32, McClevis Swearinger. Tackle for a loss by number 54.
Summerville folks haven't had too much to cheer about tonight.
Brought a nice crowd, though, for a 3-hour drive.
A 3-hour tour. If the weather doesn't start getting rough on the way back. They've got a nice bus, though, and I'm sure Captain well seasoned to drive it. 3rd and 21. And they may have taken too long here. And Dante Walker back in at tailback.
And right on cue, the Summerville band playing Rock the Boat for you there, Jay.
They must be listening down there. 3rd down and 26 if you're scoring at home. Bobo Thompson to the sideline. The ball is deflected and incomplete.
That was Joe Francis there on the tip.
Yeah. Pass was intended for Darrow Chisholm. So 4th down.
And decision time for the Trojans in the sense that with a 35-point lead, again, kind of caught in the middle here. They're a little too close to punt, a little too far away to try the field goal.
We've had one punt tonight. I think so. They'll go on 4th and long. Thompson wants to throw.
Good protection.
Going deep to Chisholm, and it's broken up and incomplete, and it was Francis who knocked it down.
Francis, 2 good cover plays in a row, breaking both passes up intended for Darrow Chisholm.
Summerville takes over on downs at the 31. And while the Summerville offense takes the field, let's pause for this.
1 out of every 2 area high school graduates who continue their education will choose York Technical College because it's convenient, affordable, and offers programs as varied as their personal goals. And if a 4-year degree is in your plans, York Technical College is the choice. Our university transfer program allows students to transfer college credits to many public and private universities in the Carolinas. We even offer transfer opportunities to USC's College of Engineering. York Technical College. You can go anywhere from here.
When you shop at Robinson Brothers Furniture Store, you always save money. That's because we try to make furniture buying as simple as possible, selling high-quality home furnishing for less than the competition, like entertainment systems as low as $139, 3-piece table groups starting at $99, and recliners starting at $179. No fancy showroom, just quality name brand furniture for less, because nobody beats a Robinson Brothers price.
In the fast-paced world of auto racing, ProCal helps teams keep up with the latest trends in graphic design. And in the fast-paced world of business, ProCal can provide you and your company with the means to be noticed. Since 1981, ProCal has become an industry leader in the design, manufacture, and installation of vinyl decals. When you're serious about your company's image, stick with the professionals. ProCal. Professional decals.
Ray Blanton, the quarterback. And on the toss, maybe a couple of yards for Maurice Green.
Looks like the defensive front stays in for the Trojans, but we got some new linebackers and a few new defensive backs in. Jonathan Caldwell in at one linebacker. Also number 45, Will Currents. Tony Nelson, a defensive back.
Terrell Massey is in at safety. Second and 8 at the 33. And it's the fullback, and not much doing there for Raymond Smalls, and the ball came out. Northwestern's got it.
Fumble recovered by number 40, Jonathan Caldwell.
So they're going to give Jonathan Caldwell credit for the recovery.
And that defensive front line, they just stood the offensive line up, and from there somehow they pulled the ball loose.
Well, Summerville had a couple of really punishing turnovers in the first half. They gave it up to where Northwestern had a pretty easy time of putting points on the board. Timeout Northwestern here, 8:11 to play, 35-0.
At the University of South Carolina at Lancaster, students enjoy the advantages of a large university with the convenience of a small campus, like the increased personal attention instructors are able to provide to their students. Because at USCL, they're more than just a number, they're an individual. Capable of excelling in a variety of strong academic programs, and many majors and classes are easily transferred to other universities and colleges. USC Lancaster, more than you expect.
Compassion,
understanding,
experience,
respect,
board-certified internists,
excellence in medical practice.
This is what you'll get when you pay a visit to Premier Clinics. At Premier Clinics, we use the latest medical techniques to treat the body of internal diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, arthritis, asthma, kidney diseases, and obesity. We also offer bone density, diabetes, and alcohol testing. Premier Clinics, doctors who really care. Premier Clinics, always there for you.
Now Northwestern gets the offense on the field, and Adam Litz is in at quarterback. And the handoff, let's see, that's Levante Whitlock.
Got a lot of new faces in there this time.
Whitlock got a yard to the Summerville 34.
Brandon Jeter at wideout. Ray Comer, offensive line.
Well, Summerville got to the Northwestern 44 early in the game, and I think that's about as deep as they've been. Second and 9 at the 34. And it's Levante Whitlock again inside the 30. So chance to let the scout team get some playing time here. And Dante Walker comes back in the backfield. Quincy Johnson, 46, also checks in. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Northwestern at the 29. Walker and Hall in the backfield, and it's Walker. And Walker trying to cut back against the grain, picks up a couple of yards.
Dante Walker carrying the ball.
Very impressive performance for Northwestern tonight. Really had a couple of touchdowns called back by penalty and fumbled the ball at the 1, where this game could have been a lot worse than 35-0.
Gives them something, though, to work on during the week. They still need to cut down on those the mental mistakes they're involved with those penalties.
This is a 4th and 2 play for Northwestern, and a first down to Hall. And Michael Hall is close to the 15-yard line.
Summerville with a blitz there. Couldn't make the tackle, so it opened room up for Hall as he burst through the middle of the line.
First down at the Summerville 16. An 11-yard run for Michael Hall. 6 minutes to play. And John McKissick's first visit to Rock Hill, one he will like to forget. Here's Dante Walker getting to the outside. And Walker is inside the 10-yard line.
Pretty good looking runner there is Walker. Got good speed on the corner, and when he does cut it up inside, he's got good strong running habits.
Nice little dip to the outside. And Dante Walker gets it down to the 7-yard line. So it's 2nd down and about 1. Here's Michael Hall. Looks like a first down at about the 5. Couldn't ask for a nicer night.
Been real fortunate this year. We had just a little bit of rain at halftime and a little bit into the 3rd quarter last week. And I can recall one other game this year, Jeff, where we had a little shower prior to the start of the game. Had a couple of windy games, but rain hasn't really bothered us this year.
1st and goal, just short of the 5.
Stephen Burris split out wide to the left.
Adam Litz under center. Now in the shotgun. And the handoff to Swearinger. LaCuevas gets to the outside and scores. LaCuevas, Swearinger, and no flags down. This one will stand. A 7-yard run. Well, make it a 6-yard run for Swearinger. 4:36 to play. Northwestern on the board again. (41-0) with Savarance on for the extra point. And Savarance drills it through. 42-0, 4:36 to play.
You've made a substantial investment in your truck. Now protect your investment with a quality liner from one of the Southeast's largest dealers of truck accessories, US 21 Truck, Auto, and Camper Sales. Choose your liner from manufacturers of distinction and durability, such as Pendoliner, Bodyguard, and Colonel. Plus, we have over 1,000 camper tops and truck accessories stocked for your convenience and ready to install today. Whatever your truck needs, you're sure to find it at US 21 Truck, Auto, and Camper Sales. US 21 Bypass, Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Whether your plans are to saw it, cut it, prune it, clip it, dig it, till it, plant it, or sow it, the Farmers Exchange has just what you need to help you do it better.
When my daddy started this business, he knew the value of good old-fashioned service.
And that's exactly what still sets our business apart today. Come on by and see us soon. You'll be real glad you did.
Convert your string trimmer to the ultimate cutting tool with the Aeroflex Endurance Trimming System available at the Farmers Exchange.
Now Northwestern with a 42-0 lead, and Trojans left little doubt early on as to how this one was going to go. Saverins to kick off. Toward the sideline and short, taking it about the 21. One of the up men. Paul Lyons gets downfield to make the tackle on Caleb Shropshire.
And about all that's left in this game is for the Trojans to sit back and start to listen to the scores come in to find out if they're going to be playing at home or on the road next week. They've taken care of business nicely here at District 3 this evening.
We'll be wherever Northwestern and Rock Hill go for the next round of the playoffs. And the toss, not much for Maurice Green.
Carried the ball, Maurice Green.
The Northwestern defense has just really dominated Summerville. Summerville with a real big offensive line, but the quickness of Northwestern up front has just enabled them to get into the backfield constantly, and Summerville still with minus yardage for the game. Second down and 8 at the 29. Big rush. Blanton runs up, he'll keep it. Crosses the 30, gets to the 35, 40-yard line, and stuck hard at about the 41, but a pretty nice effort for Bray Blanton.
And the Summerville crowd below us applauds. They've had very little positive to cheer about, and nice play there by the quarterback.
First down at the 41.
Travis Hill almost had him wrapped up in the backfield for a sack.
That is their first down of the second half and only their fourth of the night. At the 41. Well, that was Timmy Glover, number 24. And Glover's a player who was just called up. I don't think they really are aware of who that is up in the press box, but Timmy Glover lost his footing as he took the pitch. The play lost 5 yards. It'll be second down and 15. And the toss coming the other way. Getting up to about the 40-yard line near the original first down is Torrance Spell.
Carried the ball, Torrance Spell, number 25.
So it's going to be third down and about 10. Travis Hill making the tackle for Northwestern.
Wilson! Wilson! Okay. Come here, Joel.
Third and long. Blanton in the shotgun. And Blanton has some time. Now he has to dip away. Blanton throws into a crowd and it's incomplete up near midfield.
Good pressure there by Mike Galtz for the Trojans. He stayed in the backfield and chased Blanton around and really almost caused that interception himself.
Sean Bergeron was the intended receiver, but about 3 or 4 defenders right there too, so it's fourth down. And they will have to punt once again, Mark Ryder. Northwestern has nobody back deep. Ryder, they fake it. And Northwestern will stop them well short of a first down.
And the Trojans made the right call there, not putting anybody back, waiting for some sort of play there. And Summerville snapped it to the up back, and then he put it on the ground.
And Kenneth Pinkney tried to run it, but Northwestern all over him. So Northwestern will take over Summerville 44. With just a minute and 10 seconds to play, Adam Litz gives to Whitlock. And Whitlock is inside the 40-yard line. So time for just another couple of plays.
Tackle by Jared.
Leventi Whitlock gets to the 38 for a 6-yard gain, second down. we'll have 2 games for you next week. Don't really know at this moment where they will be, but there's Whitlock getting to the 35.
Well, we know for sure that if the home teams go on the road, Rock Hill would go to Columbia to face Spring Valley, and Northwestern would go on the road to Stratford. If there are upsets this evening, that would mean Rock Hill would be facing Orangeburg-Wilkinson here, and Northwestern would have to face Gaffney here at home.
But by the time you see the broadcast, you'll know where they're going to be anyway. So all of our speculation is just sort of an exercise. That's the end of this one, as Northwestern beat Summerville 42-0 in a game not really as close as that score would indicate. Northwestern had a couple called back and coughed it up once near the goal line. Just a dominant effort on both sides of the ball.
They played a great game tonight, and much like the Bearcats before them last night, the Trojan offense came out and really set the pace. We knew, again, the defense would be strong. They were throughout the game, but the offense had a great game plan, and the speed on both sides of the ball was just really too much for Summerville tonight.
As we thought it would be, with Summerville having really one of the slower teams that they've had, and this is just their first losing season since 1957. And the second in 50 years that John McKissick has been at Summerville. Not one of his typical teams, and they were just overmatched tonight. Northwestern had way too much for them. This is not a good matchup for them.
Not at all. They had trouble last year with speed teams, and they lost a couple of fast players themselves. They just did not match up well at all. Good game from Bobo Thompson, Justin Rainey, Broderick McCrory. Good offensive showing, and the defense was strong throughout.
5 players scored, and Jonathan Williams scored twice, and everybody had a hand in it. And we will have 2 games for you next week, and by now you probably know where those games will be played, but we'll have them for you same time as these 2 games were. So until next week, we'll see you next time. Okay, wherever we're going to be, we'll be on the road. We'll be here.
See you next week.
We'll be somewhere. Okay. 42-0 the final tonight. Northwestern cruising past Summerville. Till next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Fast Lube and Exxon Quixie Car Wash and Food Mart wants to give your car a reward with Fast Lube's guaranteed 10-minute oil change all